for this. I got stuff that I just got to share with the people. Let's do it in these long, intimate moments. So for all you people who, if you don't got time, you might need to try to, skip to the end of this. If you got the FOMO, which low-key you should have the FOMO. Every time you see me make one of these videos, if you don't watch this one, you're gonna have to hear from somebody else, but you should have the FOMO. Representing Deerfield Beach. If you know where that's at, that is where we are based. But let's get this wine thing going. So I love telling stories. I feel like it's a very easy way to digest information. I'm a person who's kind of filled with a lot of information, and at times I used to go, here is the information you need route. But then I realized, you start bombarding people with information, they get lost somewhere along the way and they just feel like it's complicated. Sometimes when you get to the foundation of things, it makes it a lot easier for people to say, you know what, this is something. If I know it's built on this, maybe I need to listen. Because I do understand the foundation of this. And if this is built on that, I think I get it. And sometimes you start using those analogies. I think I get it. I talked to a lot of people who are in Fran Dev, right? Who they hit these potential candidates coming in, and they have these stories that they tell constantly that they realize really help unlock it, right? I was talking to my boy, shout out to my boy, Jim Stapleton, right? He has lots of stories in the process that as he's talking to people, he's realized, I'm going to tell this analogy here because it really helps most people understand what we do, what we're about, what this business is like. And I love doing that. Some have said I have more of a deep, overly creative way of doing it, but I love doing it. If you want to pause this and pour up your glass, go ahead and do that. I'll be in this position with the Deerfield. Now unpause the video. Right. Okay. So listen, when I was in high school, I took AP chemistry. Honestly, chemistry is pretty boring to me. I never really liked chemistry, but when I took chemistry, I was really good at it. I just understood it. Same thing like with music. I've taught myself a lot of instruments. I could just play these things, but really I sat down in a room with these instruments by myself and I just kind of took them apart. And with chemistry, I just understood these were all just building blocks, right? So if you could kind of remember the building blocks, how they cause things to react, it just all made sense to me. So there was this ongoing joke in my chemistry class where the teacher would say before the test that depending on what Austin got, we would set the curve and his grade would be 100%. Now this was an ongoing joke because I really rarely missed a question in chemistry. And the great thing was, if there were 3 points, 7 points in extra credit, and I got those also, that can become automatically built in to people's grade. I'm not gonna lie, I loved it. I love chemistry even more. I wanted to get people 7 points, 5 points. I wanted that person who was studying at home to be able to trust that they may get 5 points off of Austin because there's a high possibility Austin's gonna get 105. So I got even better at chemistry. Because I walked into chemistry, I was the man. And I honestly never liked winning alone. I couldn't control what they got. I can't. So if I'm always getting A's and everybody else is just getting what they got, it was sad for me. I wish we were all getting A's. With my teacher being so cool to motivate me more, motivate the class more, keep us cool with chemistry, I was all about it. Because I've never been one for winning alone. Here's another one. I don't like sports. I don't watch sports. I played every sport in school. Why? Because all my friends were playing sports. I don't want to be the person missing out on these school designated fun times called travel games where everyone gets to go on a bus, not think about school and play the game. Well, you got to be good enough to be on the travel team. Well, then I'm getting good because I've never wanted to win alone. So think of these videos as equalizer. Leveling the playing field, as you will. Let's not let the secret sauce be a secret sauce because we got way more stuff to worry about than what I'm about to show you right now. But if you're worrying about it, and that's a big problem in your foundation, come on now. That brings me to my last point. I've always been foundational. I admire the people who come out the gate swinging. My wife's like that. She'll come out, pop, 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 pop. She'll stand up. She'll be the last man standing. She's figuring it out as she's going. See, I've always been more one, build the foundation. As things are changing, okay, that's something that's affecting what I'm building. Ooh, that changes what I was building 3 months ago. but I'm working on a huge foundation. So that once this thing gets going, I don't have to keep coming back to huge foundational issues that impacted the questions I could ask and answer in the first place. So this is where we live in today. Just like in any other career path, right? You have your people who kind of put their head down and they do what they do, right? They're not changing, elevating, finding out all the different things and growing, right? You got your people who are constantly growing, right? You got your people who do it too much. That's the world of being a photographer, a videographer, an editor, just like it's the world of being a realtor, a marketer, a salesman. And because of all these huge digital changes that have happened with, say, AI, editing softwares, cameras, along with the huge digital changes that have happened online with social media and people wanting content, not getting enough, and the amount of money that is flowing through that and how people are being impacted by that, the two worlds have collided. So because of the growth of this just digital world, it caused a huge amount of investment to be made in the creative, right? And the things that are producing the assets and bringing power to people, right? As soon as people get there, how do we make something for everyone to make this usable for everyone, right? As soon as that started happening in the creative field, you go from having these people where it was kind of okay to have your head down and understand maybe cameras this way and editing this way, to now it's under full scrutiny, right? It's under the magnifying glass, right? Now that the money's there, now that the people are there, you've got this huge magnifying glass on it, and the details matter. It's a whole world, right? The people who understand the marketing of it, the people who understand getting the messaging of it, right? Then become a little bit more higher value. The people who actually are going to spend most of their time trying to make the video look pretty, right? Trying to get a special effect even possible, right? The people who aren't on that foundational level, which you used to be able to kind of accept, right? So you got these levels. When you reset the standard like that and you go under and you look under the magnifying glass, you have to have a proper person with that magnifying glass. And there started a huge issue. It's what you think you need versus what they say you need versus what they say they're capable of, and show you something that they say they were involved in versus what they can actually do. And it's like, well, we know we need this. And at the end of the day, there was way more needed. And you need someone who had their head somewhere completely different. Not just the camera, not just the marketing, So today we'll get into one. It's time to level the playing field. I talk to so many people, they're building an in-house team, but it's not being expanded by the actual possibilities that they could tap into. They don't even know because they're dealing with someone who at one point was told, listen, Adobe Premiere and the Adobe Suite is everything for how you need to edit, and it's a professional standard minimum, blah, 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 blah. But this feature I'm about to show you isn't in Adobe Premiere. And though this program that I'm about to show you is used to color grade cinematic films like Joker, blah, 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 it goes on and on and on, it's a different one than a vast majority of editors are using. And it's not because they don't really know this is out there anymore. It's because this program is so different and they've already created a workflow, and they're the same reason why businesses aren't making changes they know they should make. It's the same exact thing. So in a world where you've built your whole career on a platform that none of your clients know how to use, and you find out that this is possible in another platform, very, 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 very small group of people who will say, I will go and learn an entire other platform because it is doing things that could change the game for me. Not, well, that's not going to change my bills right now. That's not going to, man, y'all aren't ready for this. Here it is. This is an editing platform called DaVinci Resolve. This is the editing platform we primarily use. I mean, we go between quite a few programs, right? But at the end of the day, this would be our primary editing suite. Let me show you one of the great reasons why. To simplify what I'm looking at here, this is the inside of the editing program. Over here, files that are in here. Down here, I could see things that I'm editing, move them around and such. But even right here, I could see a playback of what I'm editing. This is going to become very useful in a second. So what I've done for this video is I've uploaded some files from a TV show that we got to film. And I'll post a little scene from that maybe sometime this week as our next For the Love of video. But you see those little white check marks? Those check marks represent the fact that those files have been uploaded to the cloud. The cloud, not the phone cloud, but the DaVinci Resolve Black Magic editing cloud. So what I'm going to do is I have my laptop here. My laptop does not have any of these files It's not on the same Wi-Fi network. It's not anything super necessary to make this happen. I'm just gonna log into the cloud. And I don't have any of these files, but this program has made a smaller version of the file that has made it so that my guy in New York and my guy in New Jersey and my guy in Ohio can log into this and start editing this TV show super fast. You wanna see how fast? I've opened up my laptop. Let me put this down. So catch this. I got one computer here that actually has the files on it. I have a laptop here that does not have the files on it at all. This TV show, the files on the show, needless to say, there's a lot of them. All right, we're talking like a terabyte of footage here. The program automatically makes smaller file sizes for the editor to work with. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to go ahead and once I open the project, so I've created this little TV series project with this old TV series that we've done. And as soon as I click on it, it's gonna start downloading those smaller files for me to work with. It is currently 12:42. Oh, just turned 12:43 on the computer. Let's load it up and see how long till I can start editing this no matter where I'm at. He clicks on it, 12:43. Boom, so as soon as I get in here, I've opened up the file, I look down in this bottom corner here, and look, this little thing is the cloud. It is uploading all the proxies for me to work on pretty quickly. This is happening faster than the Google Drive limitations right now, 36.61. And in real time, I can go look, this file, just drop this joint. I can drop this thing right here on the timeline right now in less than 3 minutes. Someone's like, oh man, y'all were so busy doing this and you were doing that. And like, how did you guys get this edit so fast? Well, because I understand that, yes, that this person has an editor that they bring on site and they're doing this and they're doing that. I don't gotta do all that. Give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes in a computer and my editor will have this joint done before the event is done, because he could be playing this back in real time, right? Same thing, you're building out a team with someone who has to be in your city, who has to be this, because you got to do this, you got to do that, and you're used to using Google Drive and Dropbox and and it's just been this huge headache. Again, this is one of many things, right? But if you're missing this because you're focused on the ChatGPT of it, and there's all these other crazy AIs that are way different, do a whole bunch of different stuff, but like you should know about them just as much, but you got the ChatGPT bug in your ear, because that's what everyone's focusing on at events, because they know that's going to sell tickets. It's not helping you as much. All right. So listen, again, I can talk about things that will change your life. This isn't even it. This is just one of the many things. Did I stutter? I have spent the last 10 years finding, dropping, getting rid of, getting the better, all types of things in the digital space, the marketing space, marketing systems, targeting systems that have gotten 5 times better, SEO systems that have also gotten 10 times better that most people aren't using, because you're hearing about all the bugs this way, and the secret sauce still becomes the secret sauce. You're hearing about the old one in real time. And guess what? How much does this cost? It depends on what your thing is, but I get 2 terabytes and I pay $65 a month or something like that. It's the intro level stuff, guys. I tell these franchisors, it is not your competitor that kills you. Blockbuster was not taken out by Hollywood videos. Please listen to me. I know this might sound crazy, but it's because when you start building your foundation so wrong, and again, this is one thing, like I've heard so many people with their editors and blah, blah, blah. This is just one little itty bitty thing that doesn't even have to do with bringing the client in and the customer in. But when the next generation comes in and they're hungry, usually they used to quit because it was too expensive. This is the cheap thing now. Please hear me. And a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, you need to invest your money somewhere differently than you've spent the last 10 years. A lot of that stuff is cheaper. I'm not saying it's gonna be cheaper. I'm saying the value is somewhere else. The value is somewhere else. Let's talk about these systems. Yo, Wine. This right here is to set the bar. This is to set the curve. All right, we don't need to have anyone out there. People need to know this kind of stuff. Share these videos. When the next person comes in and they get to cut costs drastically, build differently on the best thing that's available. That's killing brands. It's not that they stop caring about the customer as much. It's not that they stop putting as much heart into their projects or their products. Cheers, guys. I mean, this is a very small thing. Do not miss any of these videos, I promise you. Like, if I get into any of the marketing ones, you don't want to miss it.
And here you go, guys. You see it is 12:53, not even 10 minutes from when we started uploading these. Well, I guess exactly 10 minutes, 12:43 from when we started uploading these. We are 72% through, 73% through from downloading all the proxies that we need, all the files that we're going to need to actually cut up this huge 1 terabyte of footage, TV show, audio footage. We could pull one of the, we could literally take this here. Let me put this down out of my way here. So this is, again, huge file. People would spend, dude, I know people, again, their systems all jacked up. Oh, I had to wait on the file to drop for 2 days, 3 days, da-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, there's a foundational problem here. And again, we can get into this. I try to tell everyone I can tell, but we've got a foundational problem here. All right, let's drop this right here. Like I said, 12:54. We got a whole file here. Ignore this loud sound. That's the sound of time code. Another thing that people don't know about. I won't get into it, but another thing that's limiting people out here. But I'm going to turn that annoying sound off for now, so you can actually hear, say, the normal audio, right? So just like that, it hasn't even been 12 minutes. I got a terabyte of footage that's actually uploading for anyone in the world to edit and bounce out later if needed. But right now, before the hour is out, I can be doing something that other people, and again, this is a TV show. This is way more footage that any brand is actually ever gonna really need. You know, this is, again, if you know my background, you know my background. But at the end of the day, you're not going to have a terabyte of footage. The point is, this is way more than you would ever have. And I already am playing back
at least
to go ahead, look at the edits, whatever. We go through the scene, bop, bop, bop. All right. So again, I'm playing back with no lag this footage that was in the cloud. And we've got brands, just like they're stuck on the last generation of what was working in marketing, they still got ads out there that you have to have experience in Premiere. You have to have experience literally starting foundationally in a place that changes everything that's possible for them. That's what I talk about here. That's what I preach about with so much stuff. Again, if I was to have to get rid of one of the things I talk about, this would be one. This isn't even the game changer. The marketing systems, the SEO systems, the social media systems coming out, the social media things you could do right now that are the real reasons why these kids are driving around in the Lambos and stuff. They'll tell you they only made the 56K from TikTok last year. Like, you can't get a loan on that for that, but there are things you can be doing. Come on now, don't be the person who focuses on the 2% increase, 3% increase, while you don't focus on the fact that your business could die because of the foundational changes that the next generation will surely have. So I don't know if you just want some out, if you don't plan on being here when that happens, but I surely care. And I am setting the freaking curve. If you want to know the stuff that you paid thousands of dollars to go to these conferences for, that you feel like you're leaving and nobody's telling you, again, I'm sorry, I'm passionate with it. You got to hear me say it like this, but I'll tell you, just did, do it again. Don't wait up, call me. Now, if you want to be the person that waits till I tell all of TikTok and all of Instagram and we keep going, you go ahead and be that person. But I'm telling the masses because I know that the hard part lies somewhere in the person that you need, right? So let's get rid of the what, let's get rid of the why, and let's get to the who, so you can build a team that's effective and works. Because I'm not here to change the game for me. I'm here to change this whole entire industry, to help and empower brands to not just have powerful purpose, but powerful plans to execute.